Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Limis. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The wrath of Typhoon YUTU means an almost $90 million injection into CNMI coffers. Also tonight, unemployment insurance, something the CNMI hasn't had, is on its way. And millions in childcare subsidies could be soon on the way. In sports, our M-League Game of the Week features the Young Nationals. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A meal replacement smoothie is a great way to keep your fitness goals on track during the holiday season, and they taste great, fast, and easy. The December smoothie of the month is Minty Java Choco Chip, and it's just $5. Check out the Shake Cafe, Gold's Gym, Garapan.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, April 19th, 2021. Up on Capitol Hill, leaders and officials gather as FEMA approves an $88 million loan for the recovery of Super Typhoon YUTU. FEMA has approved the CNMI's request for a community disaster loan amounting to $88 million. The CDL program will allow the CNMI to overcome the large deficit and revenue loss.
We're able to pay our vendors, help our general fund from a lot of the incurred costs that we had and paid out to get us recovered. And so this is a tremendous help, and we want to especially thank FEMA all across, from our local reps to all the way to DC. And so we appreciate that.
FEMA's maximum loan amount is actually only $5 million, but through the collaboration of Congressman Gregorio Kilili-Sablan and the CNMI legislature, the loan amount was extended to $93 million.
In May, we had to call our Congressman Kilili to ask him to sponsor a resolution to give the authorization for FEMA to disburse the $93 million, which $5 million was given September of last year. So that was the time frame. With the House resolution, I believe it was passed June 11 last year, and then the Senate concurrently passed the month after. That allowed us to, again, have the $88 million loan through FEMA. And this resolution was HR 133.
The CNMI then engaged with FEMA's Regional Office Administrator Bob Fenton, who began the loan process.
FEMA hired a consultant to take a look at, our financial statements. They perform a financial analysis of our revenues, and they also looked at projected revenues 3 years following the disaster.
This loan is quite different, as the process can only begin after one fiscal year from the disaster time to determine the total loss of the CNMI. Finance Secretary speaks on other parts of the loan.
The greatest thing about this is this program with FEMA, after a couple years, 3 years, we can evaluate where we're at in terms of where we are financially, and opportunities to have some or all of these of this loan being forgiven, or in some sort of way to help us, as well as the interest rate is almost not even a percentage.
The interest rate of the CDL is only 0.78%. The CNMI will be given 5 years to use the funds.
Due to Typhoon YUTU, we do still have a lot of pending vendor payments. Roughly between $13 and $15 million is still due. We also had large deficits due to the effects of YUTU and not recovering back. The analysis of the report says $93.7 million in lost revenue. That also attributed to our deficits we had in 2019 and 2020, and we still probably continue. And those are very well published. We had $26 million or $24 million deficit in 2018, about close to $34 million in FY19, and actually we still have more, and we're finalizing our audit, which will show those. So those are opportunities for us to help reduce the deficit, and these funds will allow us to do that.
The CNMI Labor Department will soon be opening up a new office that will be able to provide unemployment benefits and insurance to residents. Take a listen. The U.S. Office of Insular Affairs has granted the Commonwealth more than $400,000 to begin an unemployment insurance program. Labor Secretary Vicky Beneventi.
We're very grateful to OIA for the $497,000 that the CNMI Department of Labor will be using to, moving forward, look into the implementation of our own unemployment insurance program.
The CNMI does not have an existing unemployment insurance system, and with the ongoing economic downfall, affected workers, such as those furloughed or on reduced hours, will not have sufficient financial resources for a while. What residents currently rely on are federal programs such as PUA and FPUC.
Our numbers for the PUA applications continue to remain at the same level. We've been seeing almost every week about 200 applications or documents being submitted for those applications. So it's a steady pace of unemployed participants, unemployed applicants in the CNMI. So I don't see a reduction in those numbers at this point.
Beneventi states conversations with other U.S. territories have already begun as the CNMI Department of Labor prepares in the implementation of an unemployment insurance program. The CNMI public school system opens application period for Head Start and Early Head Start programs. Head Start and Early Head Start is a federally funded program that provides comprehensive services to eligible children and their families. The center-based program includes developmentally appropriate learning, family engagement, nutritious meals, health services, and support for children with special needs. Head Start is for children ages 3 to 4, and Early Head Start is for infants and toddlers who are 6 weeks to 36 months old. To be considered an enrollment slot for school year 2021 to 2022, PSS urges families to submit applications on or before May 31st, 2021. Families will receive a notice from the program about the enrollment status after eligibility screening. Any child not selected for enrollment will be placed on the wait list. For more information about the application and the eligibility process, please call 323-7446. Coming up, Children First means millions of dollars coming into the CNMI. Stay tuned.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
We're in a race whether we know it or not.
build our new normal.
Pinapamalit si Piel.
Let's vaccinate, CNMI!
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Mariana's Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Mariana's Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Do you have the flexibility to work out between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.? At Gold's Gym, we call this off-peak, and it can save you money. Short-term, daytime memberships on sale now, just $59 per month, and gets you access to the biggest and cleanest fitness center on island. Get yourself healthy and strong. Check out Gold's Gym today.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The Biden administration addresses the Commonwealth's child care crisis with more than $36 million. $39 billion has been released by the Biden administration to address child care crisis caused by the COVID-19. In a release from the office of Gregorio Kilili Sablon, $36.4 million is allocated to the CNMI. The money will help child care providers and assist families with young children. The American Rescue Plan Act has provided 2 programs that will fund the CNMI. The Child Care Stabilization Fund will allocate $22 million to keep child care businesses stay open and keep employees on payroll. The other $13 million is from the Child Care Development Fund that will increase compensation for early childhood workers and lessen the cost for families who use their services. The Marianas Visitors Authority would like to inform the public of their temporary business hours. Beginning this week, the MVA office in San Jose will only be open in the morning. Open time is 8 a.m. and closing time will be at 12 p.m. MVA official states the temporary business hours will provide staff to work on office inventory and assessment. The regular business hours will resume on April 26. For more information, please call 664-3200. On Guam, the legislature is asking the governor a $300 million question about a new planned public hospital and an additional push to get the homeless vaccinated. Let's take a look.
On for the CNMI, I'm Peter Santos. Here's what's making news on Guam. The Guam Homeless Coalition, in collaboration with Public Health, held their second COVID-19 vaccination outreach and passport to services at Ipao Park. The Pfizer vaccine took the place of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which was administered to 67 people at their previous clinic this past Tuesday. Executive Director of Manyalu and Chair of the Guam Homeless Coalition, Samantha Taitano.
Because of the pause with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, we were very fortunate to have our outreach teams be able to go out yesterday, pass out new flyers, and then also pass out information about the vaccine that we were offering today.
Taitano says member organization outreach teams are actively going out and touching base with those that received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Catholic Social Services, Salvation Army, Micronesian Resource Center were amongst the many service providers at the scene offering information on their services. Republican senators continue to push the governor to disclose how she plans to use the more than $600 million in discretionary pandemic relief funding that she will be getting. Senator Tello Taitugui has introduced a bill which specifically requires the governor to do so. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Current law requires the administration to adjust the government's budget when revenue collections fall below projections. But Senator Taitugui's bill would address what happens when additional revenues come in that weren't expected, such as the more than $600 million the governor will be getting from the American Rescue Plan.
That money was given, the federal funding was given to the people of Guam, and I think it's incumbent upon the governor to show us exactly how she is spending that money.
Fellow Republican Joanne Brown says normally it's the legislature that appropriates funds for the government's operation, and while the governor's much anticipated windfall is a unique situation, they still want to know how it will be spent.
You know, it is kind of surprising that we would have to legislation like this forth rather than the governor putting forth the plan herself.
The Republicans are especially focused on the money Governor Leon Guerrero plans to withhold for the construction of a new hospital, which is about half of all that she'll be receiving.
The $300 million question right now is that has that money already been approved by the federal government to spend on a new hospital? And that question hasn't been answered as of yet.
To ensure accountability, says GOP Minority Leader Chris Duenas, he will introduce a bill next week to require that the $300 million be deposited to a little-known hospital trust fund account that was established back in the 12th Guam legislature.
Because we don't need that money just sitting around in a bank somewhere or somewhere else. If we have a government of Guam account that's designed to hold that money to say we are committed to building this hospital, then put it in the hospital trust fund.
Duenas and other Republicans have said they do support setting money aside for a new hospital. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Stay informed 24/7 with KUAM.com.
All right, thank you. Coming up, NMIFA comes clean on corporate sponsorship. Nothing dirty about KSPN2 Sports next.
The newest in entertainment lets you do TV your way with Docomo Pacific D TV Plus. Watch your favorite live and local channels, stream movies and shows on TV, on your phone, and on your tablet, right from your Docomo Pacific Wi-Fi. No more wires, no more cable boxes, now with the best price. Do TV your way with Docomo Pacific D TV Plus.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Did you know CNMI's coral reefs and seagrass ecosystems are worth about $115 million a year? Coral reefs alone are valued over $100 million a year. All the more reason these precious ecosystems must continue to be protected. Coral reefs are important to the people of the CNMI because they provide traditional and subsistence uses, production of commercial food products, recreational opportunities for a healthy tourist economy, and physical protection from storms. Do not break or collect coral to take home with you. We need them. Corals are living animals, and it takes decades to create reef structures. Planting trees, grass, and shrubs on bare soil helps prevent sediment from entering our oceans. Trees also help fight climate change. Use a rain barrel and collect water from roofs, yards, and paved surfaces. You can help keep storm water on your property and pollutants out of waterways by building a rain garden. The ocean floor isn't a dance floor. Stepping on corals can break them. Maintain buoyancy when snorkeling or diving. Nutrients from excess fertilizer increases algae growth that blocks sunlight to corals. Coral reefs need clean, clear water to survive. Help keep our beaches litter-free. Always take out your own trash and a little bit more. Anchor in sandy areas away from coral and seagrass or use mooring buoys so the anchor and chain do not drag on nearby corals. Reduce, reuse, rethink, repair, refuse, recycle. Do not feed the fish. Do not take or step on coral. Do not collect shells. Do not fish. Help with local tree planting community events, local beach cleanups, and get involved in protecting your watershed. Participate in training or education programs that focus on reef ecology. You can make a difference. Please contact Mina to get involved in community conservation.
We're in a race whether we know it or not.
And build our new normal.
Pinapamalit si PL.
Let's vaccinate, CNMI!
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live. Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, our M League from Sunday comes straight from the capital of Saipan sports, Koblerville. Team A and CNMI Blue on the attack. Jeremiah Diaz locked and loaded, but he shoots high.
Nice, nice.
Brian Lubau straight on, shot straight over the crossbar. MPU's Sunjun Tenorio having trouble with the teens' defense, but they did get the ball back. He throws it in. It's a long toss to Andrew Schaefer. The reverse header, it's in! 1-0, MP United! All right, look again. It's a head turner. Nick Holt, the spinning kick. Oh, straight to Vincent Riggs. Late in the first half, MP United looking to pad its cushion, but the Nationals' backline stiffens and the threat evaporates, and it was one zip at intermission. Opening minutes of the second half. There's another shot, stopped. Team A on the attack, a shot, bounces off the crossbar. Back to Team A, it's accidental or not, doesn't matter, it's a foul. The free kick, a fake. Gotaro go to a hard shot off the goalie right to Caden Church, who runs the ball in for the equalizer. It's a new ball game. Marcus Tovis, just misses on that chance. But MPU couldn't cash in either, and it was still tied. Frenetic action. Meanwhile, make sure your bottle's on your side of the fence.
Have to wait till after the game.
Meanwhile, back on the pitch, MPU defense was as thick as a brick. Team A with the trickeration on the penalty kick, but it doesn't work. Still 1-1, neither team able to break through to the other side. Team A came into this game with no defeats and just a draw, while MPU had 2 losses, and this one ends in a draw. A newcomer scored a goal in his very first M-League game.
Yeah, so tell me about that goal, man. That was awesome. Your first game, first goal?
Yeah, just trying to get it to the back. I thought someone would be on the end, maybe a little tap in or header.
Have you ever made a goal like that before? Do you practice that?
No. It's very unusual. It's a once-in-a-decade thing for me.
In the next game, THFC nipped Pyrie 2-1, staying in first place. Pyrie Team A now tied for second, while MPU stays in fourth place. You know, women's soccer has been able to fly high here in the Northern Marianas thanks to a corporate sponsorship, and we come clean about this arrangement. Women's soccer is on the move on Saipan. Players from 14 teams and 3 divisions gathered Sunday on the mini pitch. This is the 6th year for Dove, a national brand, to sponsor women's leagues. Dove products are distributed by D&Q. Max Kretzer explains how that is.
To be honest, we push our suppliers to do this one because we feel it's really important to the local scene. They're a good company, they've got great products, and they really believe in supporting local communities. But we feel it's really important to help the young kids. And the ladies' soccer needed a bit more help when we were approached. So we thought, what a good idea that is. So.
NMIFA Secretary Ross Sapanta says that money goes straight to operations.
About $10,000 every year. This year, because of the pandemic, they're doing it in installment. So this first check is for $5,000. And basically, this money is just spent for all the women's programs. We divide it among the women, the girls, and if their national teams are going off island, we also allocate some.
And then when we got started looking at it, we thought this really makes some sense. And when you see the quality of the players and the ability of these girls as they're getting older, they're really turning out. They're really first class.
On Sunday, speaking of joy, undefeated Shirley's jumping for joy after snatching another division victory. Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Surf's up on the west side due to Typhoon Surigay, expected to turn away before hitting the Philippines. Today's high 91, that ties the highest of 2021, the low 81. 56% humidity, that's kind of low for us. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, high 90, low 80, seas 8 to 10 feet out there. Thanks to that typhoon. Surf's up, you ho-dads and goofy foots. Sunrise at 5:59, low tide at 7:55 in the morning, followed by high tide at 11:49. Sunset at 6:32. And that's it. For Monday, we're off. The week has begun. Thank you for watching. See you back here on Wednesday.